I am here with something interesting for you, and we will deep dive later. First, watch it.
The rising temperature is an existential threat. We must move faster to cut global warming.
So, after listening to this, let's have a deep dive into the real story.
Rising temperatures represent a significant and growing challenge for the planet, with evidence of its emergence dating back to the early 19th century, when industrialization began intensifying human activities that lead to greenhouse gas emissions. The primary driver behind rising temperatures is the accumulation of carbon dioxide, CO, and other greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, primarily due to fossil fuel combustion for energy production and transportation, deforestation, and agricultural practices. This phenomenon became apparent during the late 19th century when scientists started measuring the Earth's temperature rise through ice core samples and early weather observations. Key developments in understanding climate change include the publication of The Limits to Growth, a seminal report by researchers at Stanford University in 1972, which highlighted the interconnectedness of environmental and economic systems and warned about potential catastrophic impacts if unaddressed. In 1988, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, was established by the United Nations Environment Program and World Meteorological Organization to provide policymakers with regular assessments of the scientific basis of climate change. The Paris Agreement in 2015 marked a significant turning point, committing nearly all nations to limit global warming well below 2 degrees C, above pre-industrial levels. As of 2023, over 190 countries have ratified this agreement, though progress toward meeting its goals remains uneven. Despite international efforts and the implementation of renewable energy sources, carbon emissions continue to rise globally, with about 54% from burning fossil fuels. The impacts of rising temperatures are multifaceted, affecting both human societies and natural ecosystems. On a global scale, climate change has resulted in more frequent and severe extreme weather events such as hurricanes, droughts, heat waves, wildfires, floods, and landslides. In the U.S., for instance, average annual precipitation increased by approximately 13% between 1958 and 2007. Globally, human populations exposed to conditions exceeding 40 degrees C have surged from 6 billion in 1990 to over 7 billion today. While some benefits of reducing carbon emissions included improved air quality leading to healthier living conditions, climate change mitigation also drives innovation in technologies, such as solar panels and electric vehicles. However, economic transition can be challenging for sectors dependent on fossil fuels, requiring substantial investment in alternative energy sources and adaptation strategies. Economic losses related to climate change have escalated, with damages from extreme weather events costing between $20 billion and $100 billion. In the long term, continued global warming poses severe risks, such as accelerated sea level rise threatening coastal cities, widespread biodiversity loss affecting food security and water resources, and intensified geopolitical conflicts over scarce resources. According to NASA's data, Earth's average temperature has risen 2 degrees C since pre-industrial times. Projections for 2050 suggest a further increase in carbon emissions, but if global warming is stabilized at or below the 1.5 degrees C target set by the Paris Agreement, significant reductions in extreme weather events and associated human and economic losses could be achieved. To optimize progress towards climate change mitigation goals, continued scientific research must focus on developing more efficient renewable energy technologies, enhancing carbon capture and storage methods, and promoting policies that incentivize sustainable practices at both individual and institutional levels. Enhanced public awareness campaigns are also essential to foster societal understanding of the urgency of addressing climate change.